I want to talk about the American justice system and how it's flawed, and how the wealthy basically gets a lot more chances of freedom than the poor, because the poor don't even have a chance to begin with. Um, so the way the court system works is you are forced to look at the situation through particular lenses, which means that if you got them on infringing a civil right, or uh, or a constitutional right, then you can look at it from that perspective and say, oh, this should never have escalated to a situation where it's at, and you can be let off. Let's say, for example, if they had no right to search a car and they found drugs and guns in there, then you can go back to where they searched your car, and if they had any reason to search your car. If they didn't, then they had no reason to go in there, and therefore, through that particular lens, you're free. Um, but if you're poor, you're not gonna have that knowledge or those resources to make sure they look at it from that perspective, because you need money to influence lawyers to fight for your side. Um, so if you don't have that, then you can't really sway anything, and you just gotta go with the flow and get whatever the judge throws at you. And the sad thing about the justice system is that it's flawed in that it doesn't reform anybody. It makes them worse. If anything, it's like schooling for criminals. They go in there with other criminals, they rub shoulders with them, and they learn other skills, become more accustomed to brutality, and come out and just go back to doing what they do. And on top of that, it costs about 6 figures to keep an inmate in prison for 1 year. So just on the aspect of financial burden, you're basically paying somebody 6 figures to become more of a criminal. So, I mean, the system is flawed, and you're breeding criminals and paying good money for it too. It's sad.